Okay, guys. So we will introduce Ultimate Generator, and this Ultimate Generator, this is a professional tool for preparing different images with different providers, and also they generate videos. So the reason for this application is that there is a lot of other options. For example, Higgsfield, when where you can choose camera or something defined, but that you need to pay subscription. And I think it's not really good to pay every month subscription if you don't need every month. So we prepare this ultimate generator, then you can do it basically everything with the images and videos, but without any subscription, because you can provide to this application own keys, and you can do that images or videos with own keys. So that's really good, because you can do it everything what you can do it in other applications, but in this is, as I said, everything free. So when you open the application is for Windows, for MacBook, for Mac, and also for Unix. First step, what you need to do, you need to provide your API keys. Your API keys you can provide in this yellow button on top side. So if you would like to provide your API keys, you need to enter here. So click on API keys, that yellow button, and you can choose different providers, what is really good and what is not doing, or what is not providing in other applications, or not so often. You can also use COMFYUI. So it means you will pay basically nothing, because you can run your image or video generations on your graphic card or on your hardware. So beside that COMFYUI, you can also use Google, and you can also use NANO BANANA PRO, which is best image model till now, and you can also use KIE.AI, which is really good because they have very good prices, and you can also run a lot of different models for images and also for videos. So this application is really good because you have checking also if API is connected. For example, we have connected KIE.AI, and also we have connected COMFYUI. For that COMFYUI, you need to provide your URL. It can be a local URL, for example, localhost 8188, or it can be also something like this cloud host, or something like remote URL for that COMFYUI. For example, it's running on Google Colab, and for that Google Colab, we are using on this URL, and basically I am running this model Stable Diffusion 1.5 because my machine is not so good, but you can run it everything free because you are running on your GPU. So if you set up the API keys and you are connected, you see here that green point endpoints are ready. And if endpoints are ready, you can see provider which you are using. For currently, we are using COMFYUI and model Stable Diffusion 1.5. So if you would like to generate some image, that's basically first step, to provide API keys, and then you can create that desktop. You can create that prompt on your desktop, and prompt is here. For that prompt, you have something like presets for scenes, cameras, and lightnings, and that's really good, as very similar to Higgsfield. So you can choose some preset scenes, for example, action hero, chase scene, character profile, or portrait. So everything is here, but you can also define own characters. For example, here, when you click on add character, you can define your character, and for example, you would like to define some name. For example, it can be Thomas, and you can see that prompt is preparing for you, and that Thomas, you can say it's something like senior or 50 years old. You can define if it is male or female. So for example, it's male, and ethnicity, it can be, for example, European, or for example, Middle Eastern. So you can define it. Body type, you can say he's athletic, and also you can define hair and so on, for example, brown hair. But this is not only that. You can also define a lot of different poses, actions. For example, he can be standing confident, and also action For example, if he's standing, he can be also standing still. So for example here. And then you can also define environment, what is really good, because in that image, environment is very important stuff. For example, you can say he's in, for example, abandoned temple, and also you can define weather in that image. For example, we can say something like some storm, snow, or fog. For example, we can say snow. And what is really good comparing to other applications, for example, with Higgsfield, here is that camera, and you can choose a lot of camera bodies. For example, when you click here on that camera body, you can choose, for example, professional camera, that Alexa cameras. There you can you have Sony cameras, Blackmagic. So basically, you can define cameras for your movie or for your applications, Panavision. So a lot of cameras are here. There is also a lot of information, what kind of sensor is there, what kind of resolution, and this is impacting quality of that image. So beside this, you can also define lenses. Every camera has some lenses, and you can define some lenses, which focal length. Every camera has different focal lengths. And beside this, what is very important, you can also define shot size selector, something like shot settings, and it can be, for example, wide shot, medium shot, close up, extreme close up, or something like this, or extreme wide shot. So you can choose a lot of different options. And then you can also define something like a special shots type, for example, 3-shot, reflection shot, OTS, close, and also camera height, low angle, ground level. And beside this, you can also define lighting. Lighting is also, we have some presets, for example, golden hour, blue hour, but we can also define something for genre, lighting, horror lighting, neon cyberpunk, romantic lighting. So as you can see, we have around 50 different setups, for example, home lamp, and so on. And beside this, when you choose this, you can also define some mood and also atmosphere. Atmosphere is also rain, heavy smoke, dust, for example, dust. So also there is some visual style, what is really important, because you can say photorealistic and it's generate photorealistic photo. So if you have that prompt prepare, you can generate that photo. And as you can see in the middle, we have that prompt, but you can switch to that grid. And in that grid, you will see your generated photos. You can also switch that design for that grid for 5 with 5 or 3 multiply 3. But okay, we will click on prompt because you can also edit. You can also edit that prompt if you are not satisfied. And what is really good, you can also download the JSON and you can copy this prompt, for example, to your Google AI Studio if you would like to copy that. If you would like to copy that JSON, you can also click on copy and it will copy for you. So this is a provider which we are using. If you would like to change the provider here, you need to also go here to that API keys. And you can also, for example, change to KIE.AI. And then you need to enter your API key. API key is here. And for that KIE, you can choose some models. For example, we will use Flux Context Pro. And also you can define video model, which is Clink 2.6. So if you would like to use that KIE provider, as you can see, it's provider this KIE. And if you'd like to generate one image, you can click on single image. If you would like to generate 9 angle scenes, you can click on this button. And also 16 angle scene, this button, and 4 angle scene. So you can define how many photos or images you would like to define. For now, I will click only single image. As you can see, we have that generating. You need to wait, for example, 1 minute. And after around 1 minute, that image will be generated and that image will go here in that grid. So then you can, or you should switch to that grid, because in that grid you will see your generated image. So we will wait a couple of seconds. It's around 1 minute. And as you can see, image is generated, and here is that preview of that image. If you would like to see it in bigger screen, you can click on it. and it opens your image generated. As you can see, it's that rainy, that person, and also here is cinematic medium clothes, Thomas, your old Middle Eastern athletic brown hair. So here is that person, and it's abandoned temple. So everything is there. If you'd like to generate video from this, you need to click on this icon. This icon is that you will select for that video generator. So if you click on this, as you can see on the right side is preset for that video generation, and for that video we will use this model which is defined here, which is Clink 2.6. And if you'd like to generate that video, you can also set up a very important thing, what is motion. And here is that motion, and there is a lot of different motion. There are camera movements, subject movements, special effects. For example, we can use dolly in, which is that motion dolly in, and you can click on this blue button, generate video. So this blue button, generate video, it will generate video with this image. So this image is something like input image for that video generation, and motion will be dolly in, generated with this model Clink 2.6. As you can see, we are connected because that green is saying we are connecting. So that video will be also generated in this grid. So if you like to see that prompt, you can switch to prompt. If you need to see that video, you will wait here in that grid. And that's it. So this is a really good professional ultimate generator program, which is really good for generating camera scenes, lenses, and also generating videos. If you have some questions, please ping me and subscribe. Thanks for watching. Okay, we can wait for generating of that video. It will take a little bit more as image, but after that we will see that video will be generated. Also, you can also delete that image if you are not satisfied. Here is that icon of deletion, and this in the left you can see text for video. It means that this image used for that video. So as you can see, here is that video with dolly in, so we can play that video. So we can open that video and we can play it. As you can see, there is that motion dolly in, that camera is moving, and it's there. So thanks, and please subscribe.